So if you love the magic of travel, whether it's adventure travel, cultural travel, leisure travel, a fun cruise, or a short getaway, this podcast is for you. So pack your bags. Here's your host, Colby Jones.
Okay, so let's say that you're at the mall, you're walking down the street, and this really, really handsome guy, like the face of an angel, just walks up to you and is like, hey, if you give me $5, I'll give you a free cruise. You give me $35, I'll get you a free cruise and $600 of onboard credits. What are you going to say? Well, your first thought is going to be like, yeah, he's actually not that handsome at all. In fact, not even really handsome, period. And I'm talking about myself, and now this is a little awkward. Yeah. We're going to start over. Let's just forget that. Start on over. We're going to start on over. Okay, guys, friends, family, new people that I haven't met yet. I do have the code. I have cracked the code. You spend $35 and I will get you a free cruise. That's the hook, okay? But it's legit. For the people that are new to my show, to the channel, to whatever this is, I'm not going to waste your time, okay? Ever. So you're going to have all these people out in the social media worlds. They're like, oh yeah, and on cruises in the casino, you can spend thousands of dollars gambling and maybe they'll give you a free cruise. Like, shut up. No, they don't know what they're talking about. I do. You're going to spend $35. You could technically spend $5. We've tested it. It worked with 5. I don't really recommend it. The 35 has worked every time. So once again, I am not going to waste your time, right? I own the company. I have a whole team. I have lots of clients. I don't have time to waste. I'm not going to waste your time with these stupid things that don't actually help you. So if you really want to get a free cruise, I'm going to tell you how. Listen up. Before we do it, and this is not one of those like, and then I ramble on for 50 minutes and you skip to the end, which I don't really care about because I'm going to give it to you in the middle anyway. It's not one of those. But because I'm going to tell you this, and it's like, I'm not kidding. We cracked the code. We've been testing this since May. It's now October. I had surgery October 24, almost Halloween. We've been testing it for like 6 months and we've got it down. We've cracked the code. It works every single time. I'm throwing you guys a huge bone. So you got to do me a couple favors. First one is you have to subscribe. Okay. All the other episodes that I do and whatnot, if you like them, cool, like them. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. But this one, guys, like, I'm going to save you hundreds or thousands of dollars. This is a legit thing. Not make it up. You have to subscribe. Do it right now, real fast. Or if you want to wait and see if it's legit, I'll give you an opportunity at the end. I mean, you just have to click the button. Appreciate it if you like it. If it's worked for you, give me the thumbs up. It will. Comment. Be like, hey, it worked for me. Hey, it worked for me. No, it didn't. Tell me why. You know, I'll explain that in a minute. Because eventually that's going to happen. And the cruise line's going to get pissed. Okay? They're going to be so pissed at me for telling you this. They're going to be pissed that I figured it out. They're going to be pissed that we're telling you about it. So that is the next thing, is the sharing. Do not share this, okay? If you want to share it privately to like your spouse, your best friend, whatever, okay, fine. But if it just shares and everybody gets it, the cruise line is going to get word of it and they're going to come after me. And that's not going to be a fun conversation. Do I really care? Not really. I work for you guys. You guys are my boss, not the cruise lines. I work with them. I like them. I want to have a good relationship with them. And I really don't want to have this conversation because I know it's going to happen eventually. Like sooner or later, they're going to get wind and they're going to be so pissed, so furious. But until that point comes, let's just keep it on the DL, right? Keep it on the down low. Share it amongst just inner family, private message, whatever. Don't let it get in the open inner space. And I know that's kind of an oxymoron because this is technically for the open inner space or interwebs or whatever it's called. But you guys are all my listeners anyway. You're my watchers. So we know you're still in the family. You're still in our Interline Cruise Connections family. So having said that, next one is, I am the only one that knows this. And my team knows this. But this information is not out there anywhere. Sooner than later, somebody is going to rip me off. They're going to copy our information. They always do. That's because they're the pretenders. We're the ones. I've been doing this for 20 years. Yes, 20 years I have been doing this. They don't know what we know. They don't know how to know what we know. So when somebody does rip it off, send it my way. Let me know. I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not going to go hunt them down. I don't care. I just want to know. It's kind of like a pride thing. And, you know, after all the work that we put in, I think that's fair, right? That once it happens, let me know. The other thing is, and this is kind of the big one with the subscription, like after you watch this, you have to subscribe because I really am hooking you guys up. The other part is once you get that free offer from the cruise line, and you will, you got to let me book it, okay? So once you do this, they're going to email you an offer and they're going to say, hey, so-and-so, we're going to give you a free cruise and a casino free play most likely. You have to wait 14 days and then you can book on any of these XYZ sailings. And they'll give you a list. No matter what you do, you have to pick up the phone and either call the cruise line or call my office. Either way, you have to call somebody. So let me get the credit for it, okay? Right? Like nothing changes. You don't have to pay. We're not going to charge you any fees or anything. The channel, the podcast, whatever, however you're listening or watching this, just let us get the credit, okay? I don't think that's too much to ask. Nothing changes for you. You're still going to get it, and then you can still do it again on your next free one, and get another free one, and get another free one, and so, until they change the formula. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So, those are the requirements. Subscribe, please. Once you get the free offer, just let us get the credit. Okay, that's all I want is the credit for the bookings. That's all we want. So, how does this work? Well, first of all, when you get a casino offer, typically it's called an ER3 code. And it looks like this. And if you're listening on a podcast, then you can't see it. But that's okay, because you also can't see my hideously gorgeous face, or gorgeous ugly face, or whatever. It doesn't matter. So it looks like this. Basically what it's going to say is, as an example, cruise fare, $1,000. And then it's going to say minus $1,000. So your cruise fare is absolutely free. Then it's going to say tax. Now, you do have to pay the tax. But you have to pay the tax on anything anyway, right? Whether you go to the gas station, buy a Snickers bar, whether you book a regular cruise, whatever, you have to pay the tax. The government's not going to let you spend money without paying tax. That's just how it is. Now, the election's coming up and there's rumors. I'm not getting into that. I thought that would be a funny joke, but now I realize it's probably just stupid. Anyway, you're going to have to pay the tax. No big deal. You have to pay tax on anything. Cruise line's not going to pay your tax, so you pay tax. Whatever. The next thing that you're going to notice on the ER3 code is a $200 per person deposit. Well, Colby, I thought you said it's free. It is, but this is how the cruise line covers their butts in one circumstance. So let me explain that really quickly too, so there's no surprises. Because when this happens, every single time we get a question like, hey, why is this? And we explain it and they're like, oh, makes sense. So I'm going to do that for you now, so you don't have to worry about that. So what happened before was people would get the free cruise. They'd book it for, a month from now, 6 months from now, next year, whatever, right? And then something would come up and they couldn't go, so they'd cancel and then take that free cruise and apply it to another one. Well, the cruise lines don't like that. They don't like cancellations within 90 days, all right? That doesn't work well for their business model, especially within 30 days. That's very, very bad. What they did to come up with that, to get around it, is they charge $200 per person as a non-refundable deposit. So non-refundable deposit. So you have to now pay $200 per person and you can't cancel. And you're like, well, there goes the free cruise, we have to pay taxes and $400. Not exactly. What they did was, it's non-refundable if you cancel before the cruise. But once you get on board the cruise, that $200 per person that you paid shows up as onboard credit as a refundable onboard credit. So what does that mean? It means, well, you can use it towards gratuities, towards shore excursions, drinks, in the casino if you felt like it, Wi-Fi, t-shirts, whatever. It's $400. If you don't spend that $400, they will refund all of it, the whole $400, right back to you. But that's how they keep you from canceling and kind of screwing them over. So when you get the ER3 code, you get your free cruise, typically a balcony. You have to pay the tax, okay, whatever it is, it's tax, you got to pay it. You have to put down the $200 per person non-refundable deposit, just so you have some skin in the game, right? Which you will get back on board if you don't spend it. And the bonus is typically it comes with a $600 casino free play. What is a casino free play? Basically, the first $600 that you spend in the casino is on the house. It's on them. It's on the cruise line. Princess. Yeah, talking about Princess, okay? Princess Cruise Line is going to give you $600 just to go into their casino, spend their money. Cool. So you take your $600 plus the $400, you have $1,000 onboard credit. You have a balcony cruise for free, just paid $100 or $2 in tax, and $1,000 onboard credit. You got all of that for spending between $5 and $35. Let's get into how it actually works. Here we go. Here's the juicy part, the part everybody wants. Why did I delay slightly? Because I don't want the cruise line's going to see this. So I don't want them to know which part of the video it's in. So this is why we're putting it in here, because there's a little before, there's a little after. Anyway, what you do, you go into the casino. You go to the penny slots, and you pull that lever, baby. You pull it 500 times. 500. Now, we've tested it, and if you just do it 500 times over the course of the cruise, it has worked. Not every time, but it has worked. If you do it every day, it's worked every time. All right? It's like a little cologne we call the Panther. Has another name to it, you can guess. But 60% of the time, it works 100% of the time. Ah, it smells good. It smells delicious. Made with real bits of Panther. It's not, there's no cologne with Panther. It's not made with real Panther. Just getting that out there. Disclaimer. Anyway, so what you do, go to the penny slots. You need to put in 500 pulls worth, which is $5. Do not, and you guys need to follow this exactly, do not max bet at 5 cents per pull or 10 cents per pull or whatever it is. It's 1 penny, 1 pull. 1 penny, 1 pull. You have to do that 500 times. Take you about 20 minutes. No big deal, right? If every day you go into the casino and you spend 20 minutes of your vacation to get a free balcony on the next cruise plus $600 on board credit, it's 100% worth it, okay? Magic number is 500 in one sitting, okay? If you want to do any other gambling in there, other slot machines, you want to do some roulette or some craps or blackjack, whatever, go to town. As long as it's all charged to your onboard folio, your onboard account, and you get 500 per sitting, this will work. You will get a free cruise. There it is, guys. Voila. The chef's kiss. Thank you very much. Yes, yes, and yes. Wait, what is all those yeses? Yes, it works. Yes, I just told you. Yes, you can thank me, not later, but right now, because you just got hooked up. Now I'm going to babble a little bit about some things that you might find important, but this is also so the cruise line, when they skip to the end, doesn't know that I told them. So, this is only on Princess. We're really close to having the code cracked on Virgin. Not quite there yet. On Royal Caribbean, we are this close, guys. We are so close. Not quite yet. As soon as we get that code, I'll make those videos. I mean, the code, as soon as we have the formula, I'll make those videos and let you know. For now, we've only got it on Princess. We've tested it for like 6 months, and it's worked every time. Okay? There you go. Does it matter if you win or lose? No. Who cares? You're putting pennies in. You're pulling the lever or pushing the button, whatever. You got to do it 500 times. It's pennies. That equates to $5. Spend $5 every single day. Totally worth it. That's why a 7-day cruise at $5 is $35. That's how I told you I can get you a free cruise for $35. And yes, it works every single time. Okay. So, if you thought that was cool, I have tons of other awesome tips like that. We're always working on it. Let me know. Let me know in the comments if it works for you, if it doesn't. One thing, guys, sooner or later, they're going to catch on. They're going to change their formula, right? It's just bound to happen. Let's be honest. It's bound to happen. They're going to switch it up. So you have to comment whether this worked for you or not. A here and there comment that it didn't work, you probably didn't follow my instructions exactly, okay? And it didn't work for you because you can't listen. If you have the Wi-Fi, just play this video. Play it. Listen to the podcast while you do it. You can't screw up. It happens. If, though, people are like, didn't work, okay, then we know that they've changed the formula. They've changed the formula, if I could speak correctly. So you got to let me know that, okay? If that starts piling up, all right, they've changed the formula, and don't worry. Then we'll go back in, we'll test it some more, we'll figure it out, and we'll make a new video. All right, but let's just be honest with ourselves. It's probably going to take them, I don't know, 4 months, 5 months, maybe 6, maybe 1 month, depending on how fast this circulates the interwebs. But there you have it. If you like how we think, because we think like pirates, we don't cheat, but we're smart. We crack the code because we want your production. I don't want your money. We want your production. We want your business. We want it to come through us. If you are an Instagram influencer person, or you've always wanted to sell travel, or you are a travel agent or an independent contractor, you want to be one, I want you. Come to me. Come to us. We will train you. We are building an army, unless of course you're one of those like rip-off people that only wants money and you don't actually care about the client. I don't want you. Go away. And then I'll put you out of business. Because the good guys always win, and we're going to win. We're already winning. But if you are good, come on, let's talk. Email us, talk to me, figure it out. Once again, guys, please subscribe now that you know the juicy details. It does work. It will work for you. Also, once again, please, once you get the free offer emailed to you, let us book it. Oh, one other thing on that. Once you get that offer, they have a 14-day window that you have to wait. So if you get back today and they send you the offer tomorrow, you get it in your email box and you're like, oh my God, it worked. Yay, Colby is so amazing. He's so handsome. You have to wait 14 days until you can actually book it. And they'll give you an allotment of dates that you can apply it to. You just have to choose one, but you can't do it until that 14-day window. So there's a 14-day countdown, then you can book it. And once again, the price that I'm requiring you to pay to me is just let me book it. You got to call either way. So instead of calling Princess, you're going to call up Colby. You're just going to say, hey, you were right. I got the offer. They said I can put it on this sale date. I'm going to say, cool, there it is. You want the balcony? Here you go. $600 free play. It's all yours. We just need to pay the tax, the $200 deposit. Bada bing, bada boom. You are welcome. So if you really liked that information, then wait till you see what I have to tell you about this next one, how to turn your onboard credit, non-refundable onboard credits, into free cash. Once again, this works every time on every cruise line. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Much love. Interline Cruise Connections, that's my company. Travel with Colby. This is the show. Colby's Travel World. All the good stuff. Everything. Honestly, if you don't see this amazing suit, you got the wrong guy. Nobody wants the wrong guy. I should show you my foot, but it's pretty gross. I won't. Okay, thanks guys. See ya.
So that's it for today's episode of Travel with Colby. Head on over to wherever you listen and subscribe to the show. One lucky listener every single week that posts a review on Apple Podcasts will win a chance in a grand prize drawing to win a free cruise. So be sure to head on over to travelwithcolby.com and pick up a free travel gift from Colby and join us next time.